Joe Hopkins here, and welcome to another episode of Joe Likes Beer. And you may ask, why? Why, Joe, do you drink beer and review it on YouTube? And I'll tell you. One is, like the show is called, Joe Likes Beer. I like beer. Two, I do music and guitar stuff, and beer goes good with that. And three, YouTube prefers, likes it if you put out a lot of content. And the videos that do the best for me are guitar reviews, but I can't buy a guitar every week, right? So I do other stuff. And when I was looking for other stuff to do, this occurred to me to be a good thing. Now I got this beer. I was at the store looking for a beer to review. And it's by Duclaw Brewing Company. It says regular beer, a beer that tastes like beer. And I thought, okay, that's kind of funny. That's campy. So it's just basically your standard aluminum can with a label around it that you can see it, it's even got the little, it doesn't fit all the way around. So you can very much see that it's a label. It just says regular beer, a beer that tastes like beer. And you would expect something like this with a lack of, panache to the can and the label and all that kind of stuff. It's basic. It's a very basic, like it says, regular beer. You'd expect it to cost less than $11 a six-pack, but that's what it cost me. $11 for a six-pack of these. So I'm hoping it's good beer. It says regular. How regular are we talking about? Does it taste like beer? Certainly smells like beer. Let's give it a try. Hey, if you want, go to your fridge, get you a beer, whatever beer you prefer, have a beer with me, right? I'll wait. There's a pause button. I'll wait as long as you want with the pause button. But in the meantime, I'm going to drink a beer. Actually, that's a pretty good beer. It does, like it says, taste like beer. But it definitely has kind of like the fancy taste. I don't know how else to say it. There's like this vocabulary they use. It's citrusy, it's hoppy, it's this, it's that. Nobody knows what any of that crap means. None of us know what that means. They say that about every beer. Every beer is like hoppy and citrusy with notes of chocolate and lavender or whatever the fuck they're supposed to say. At the end of the day, it tastes like beer. It doesn't taste like beer. This is a pretty good beer. I do have to admit, some beers do have a fruity taste, like a Blue Moon or a Citrus Head. They got kind of a fruity taste to them. This doesn't. It does taste like beer, but I do have to say it tastes kind of like the fancy beer, kind of like you bought an IPA or something. Not quite that deep into it, but just kind of like a milder in that direction. You know what I mean? This isn't a beer I would drink every day. I can tell you that right now. For an everyday beer, you really want a beer that's very beer. But this is it. It's beer enough, Try it. If you like it, maybe you fork over $11 for a six-pack, I don't think I'll get it again. Mostly it has to do with the price. If this was more like $5 or $6 for a six-pack, sure, but it is good though. It definitely has a solid beer taste. I'm not burping as hard as I do with other beers. Like Hams and PBR make me burp a lot, but they taste good, so I think anyway. I like those cheap old beers. Yeah, it says, let's see, Brewers Association Independent Craft Certified. So it's an independent craft beer, right? 4.9% alcohol by volume, 12 fluid ounces, American craft lager. It does taste pretty much like any craft lager you're going to get. So I don't know how regular this beer is. It was an irregular taste and or an irregular price. It's not, I don't think it's hitting me that hard. It's been a long day. It's an irregular price, and it does not taste like just regular beer. It's actually pretty good. It does taste like craft beer. I think the reason why I probably wouldn't get it again is if I'm going to spend 11 bucks for a 6-pack, there are other beers at that price that I prefer, but it's worth trying. Try new things. You know what I mean? I think next time I'll probably spend my 11 bucks on a 6-pack of something else. But since I have 6 of these, I'll drink them. I certainly don't dislike it. I like it very much. Just in this price range, there's some stuff I like better. However, that said, it is very good, and if somebody else tries it, they might find that in this price range, they prefer this over those other things, you know? So, honestly, in like the beers that cost a little bit more, I find some of my favorites are like the very darker Guinness, you know, Guinness Stout, stuff like that. I like Guinness, right? Costs a little bit, spend a little bit more. I think it's worth it. I like Sam Adams is pretty good, but then they got their seasonal beers, which are excellent. And that would be a little bit less than this. This is a little pricey. It is good, though. It is. As far as a lager goes, it is certainly superior to many of the other options out there, even though those options are lower priced. So if you want something better than Budweiser, this would be a good way to go. As you get down into it, it does improve even upon that, though. This is a beer that tastes even better as you get closer to the bottom, right? Some beers aren't like that. I find that Budweiser starts to taste a bit skunky at the bottom, in my experience. Maybe other people don't feel the same way. That's what I've found. Oh, look at that. Duclaw Brewing Company, Baltimore, Maryland. It's a Baltimore beer. My hometown. Okay, yeah, but still not my favorite Baltimore beer. I think my favorite Baltimore beer is still probably Natty Boh. I really like that Guinness Baltimore Blonde that they're brewing down there in Halethorpe now, because that's where the brewing company is. The brewery is actually in Halethorpe, Maryland, for that Guinness Blonde. But that's like right down the street from where I grew up. And they used to make Colt 45 and Black Label right down there outside of Lansdowne, right there in Baltimore. And, you know, they don't anymore, though. I don't think they make Natty Boh down there anymore either. National Bohemian, for any of you that are unfamiliar with Natty Boh. It's not like Natural Light or, you know, that they call Natty. No. National Bohemian used to be brewed in Baltimore, and I don't think it is anymore. But it's still considered a Baltimore beer. If you go see the Baltimore Orioles play, they sell the big cans of Natty Boh because you get a bow and watch the O's, right? It's a Baltimore thing. All right, that went down good. It went down definitely smooth. I gotta say, I really like this beer. The price just hit me a little hard, is all. I expect something that says regular beer to be like maybe $7, $8. I get it, it's craft brewed, it's like small batch stuff. But, you know, I wasn't expecting $11. Maybe when I get over the sticker shock, I might get it again. Definitely a good beer. I'd say it's worth trying. I wouldn't tell you, hey, don't get this beer. No. It's worth a shot. It's worth trying. If you find it for less money somewhere, yeah, hit me up. Tell me where they sell it for less. No, don't bother. I've been to all the liquor stores around here. The only place they have it is just the one place. And it's $11 a 6-pack. So I know I keep harping on that. I shouldn't. I should be grateful that I even have beer. And I am. I am very grateful that beer exists and I can drink it. And that was a good one. I think I'll go have another. You know, I have 5 more. I don't think I'm going to drink 5 more. I think I might have 1 more. Anyway, hey, subscribe to my channel and keep an eye out here. I've got more guitar stuff coming up. I've got more beer reviews coming up and other cool stuff along with songs and music and blah, 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 blah. I do stuff. I do a lot of stuff because YouTube says do a lot of stuff and put out videos and there we go. Haha. You got to find stuff to do. And I try to do good stuff. So I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.